Judaism's online list presents only the most outstanding, well-recognized Jews in the American media. Now, I'd like to just quickly point out 97% of the Jews that are liberal in 1980s, it was found that top media executives were radically out of step with the moral values of the American public. Please think on that. Of these liberal Jews, 97% affirm a woman's right to an abortion if she pleases. 80% disagree that homosexuality is wrong. 86% believe homosexuals have the right to be school teachers. 51% believe adultery is permissible. And of 104 top executives polled, 59% were raised in the Jewish religion. Who can deny such Jewish domination of big media? Now, this is not Farrakhan. I'm only quoting what Judaism Online's list is saying. Does it matter who dominates the media? It does. Listen, the media shapes not only our children's values and actions, but our own. The Jewish media has normalized sexual degeneracy, profanity, and all kinds of sin. It also leads us into war to make the Mideast safe for Israel. This happened in Afghanistan, Iraq, and tomorrow maybe Iran. If an anti-Christian agenda were being advanced by the followers of Sun Myung Moon or Scientologists dominating the most powerful positions of media leadership in America, there would be a howl of protest. But they dominate, and they're leading America into the moral ditch of hell. Look who's around our president. Oh my goodness. I think we have to put this list up. I'll just read a few. Rahm Emanuel, who's now mayor of Chicago, was the chief of staff. Joe Biden, who's a self-proclaimed Zionist. Biden stated about Iran, Israel can determine for itself, it's a sovereign nation. Ron Klain, chief of staff to the vice president. Mona Sutphin, deputy White House chief of staff. David Axelrod, special advisor to the president. Tim Geithner, Treasury Secretary, former president of the New York Federal Reserve Bank. Paul Volcker, chair of Obama's Economic Recovery Advisory Board and former chairman of the Fed. Lawrence Larry Summers, director of the White House National Economic Council, Wall Street executive. Jared Bernstein, chief economist and economic policy advisor. Gary Gensler. Elena Kagan, who now is on the Supreme Court. Mary Shapiro, chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Robin Rubin, economic advisor to Obama and Biden. Dennis Ross, Obama's ambassador at large in the entire Middle East, a Zionist, is the top advisor. But I don't have time to read the whole list of those that surround our president. And guess what? Mr. Biden, speaking on Tuesday, May 21st, at the Jewish American Heritage Month reception hosted by the Democratic National Committee, said the Jews are responsible for changing the sexual attitudes of the American people. They are responsible responsible for the attitudes that are changing towards same-sex marriage. Is this why President Obama is the first president in the history of this nation to sanction same-sex marriage? Did I not say a few broadcasts ago that it is written in the scriptures that the hyenas, the jackals, the owls, the wild goats are in the palatial buildings of this Western world? Are they surrounding our brother? Well, I think it's time for us to look at the last thing I want to say in the last few minutes. Did you know that according to Nathan Abrams, a Jewish man, on Jews in the American porn industry, Nathan Abrams, winter of 2004, in the Jewish Quarterly magazine, periodical. Listen to what he says. Jews run the porn industry. Early Jewish pornographers were marketing geniuses and ambitious entrepreneurs whose toughness, intelligence, and boundless self-confidence were responsible for their successes. Of course, the large number of Jews in porn were mainly motivated by the desire to make profits. Those Jews who enter the pornography industry have done so as individuals pursuing the American dream. And this was said by Abraham Foxman. Mr. Foxman, you mean you would not condemn those of your brethren who are feeding the American public this degenerate pornography? Let's go on. You need to get the whole article. We're going to put it up online so you can get it and read it for yourself. But listen to these words. Jewish involvement in porn by this argument is the result of an atavistic hatred of Christian authority. They're trying to weaken the dominant culture in America by moral subversion. The only reason that Jews are in pornography is that we think that Christ sucks. Catholicism sucks. We don't believe in authoritarianism. Pornography thus becomes a way of defiling Christian culture, and as it penetrates to the very heart of the American mainstream and is no doubt consumed by those same white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, its subversive character becomes more charged. Wow. A large amount of the material on sexual liberation was written by Jews, those at the forefront of the movement which forced America to adopt a more liberal view of sex were Jewish. Well, brothers and sisters, this is really demonstrating the synagogue of Satan. Satan makes evil fair seeming. So, brothers and sisters, if you follow America, this satanic mind, this is dangerous for you. This is a guidance that I'm giving and a warning. Nothing that I've said to you in revealing Satan is for you to take it upon yourself to take any hostile action towards any so-called Jewish person, because you don't know the good from the bad. To all of you Muslims and Christians, the Quran says, let not hatred of a people incite you to act unjustly. For if your emotions after the knowledge of them runs to hate because of the truth of what I'm saying, you turn that hate into energy and direct it against alcohol, drugs, disrespect of your women, and put it into the reading of books and enlightening yourself and making yourself a better human being. This truth is designed to cause you to fall away from such a person, Satan, after you know him. And to my brothers and sisters who are in sports and entertainment and in business and have relationships with members of the Jewish community, ask your friends, vet them, and see where they are. They're going to tell you Farrakhan is destroying black-Jewish relationships so that you might see me as an enemy, like it was 2,000 years ago when Jesus came into Jerusalem on an ass, and a few days later the people were crying out, "Crucify him." If you follow this satanic mind and his advice, he will encourage you. He'll even threaten you if you don't stand up and denounce Farrakhan for what I'm saying. But what you do is you tell him what I said. Come on out and face me yourself.